Hey guys, as promised, we had that big interruption yesterday. YouTube actually kind of crashed system-wide.
Yeah. I would apologize, but it was YouTube's fault.
That's YouTube's fault, but the thing is,
anyway.
we apologize for the fact that we couldn't answer the questions, the Superchats, because those of you who asked, Anyway, we did save them, so yes. We're here to, we're obligated and obviously want to answer your questions. So we decided we'd have a beer, a Corona beer, because it's
we feel bad for the company.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Do, for real. Like,
Cheers.
They have their names smeared.
We're going to have a Corona beer. We're going to answer your questions and hopefully see you into a good weekend.
Yes. Now, we will be, we already answered the people during the live stream. Yeah. So you can go back. Even though there was a glitch, that show is still up. So it's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. We left off with Dion Chapman, who says, why was that TikTok guy... And he's talking about that
the professor
that doesn't say anything.
Yeah.
Why was that TikTok guy looking off to the left all the time, as if he was making sure he was saying what the CCP rep was wanting? Winston has a little insight in this. He found a little whoopsie in my video that he did.
Yeah, because he said, do you know any people that eat dogs? He's like, of course, my Korean friends eat dogs. And then he said, and they said, but do you know any Chinese people? And he said, they're Chinese, by the way. He actually didn't expect that was going to be put in, because he whispered that. Because he was like, no, they're not actually Korean. The guys I'm talking about are Chinese. And they left it in.
You guys can check that on my video.
Yeah, you go take a look at his video.
But he was looking off to the left because there were probably notes.
Yeah, it's probably a notes thing. And
it was state media.
Look, the guy obviously is just going to completely run you around in circles and try to confuse you, like we said. So, just whatever he says is a bunch of bullshit anyway.
It is. Calhans John says, hey there, I heard that you guys keep an eye on China's internet. So what do you guys think about all these people call this nose? 外国人研究协会. Sorry.
We're going to actually make a whole episode. Probably one of our next podcasts is going to be all about these people.
Jordan Larimore. I feel like the CCP likes to use cultural relativism as a way to defend their actions. Do y'all see this too, or am I wrong? No, absolutely.
Of course they do.
That's what you saw with the professor.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not even to that level. It's just bullshit.
It's absolute bullshit. They're like, well, that's because, our Chinese culture, this or that. It's nonsense. It's like if you do something bad, say you steal, and then you say, oh, but in my culture in America, stealing is part of everyday life. You can't do that.
There's actually two parts to that, though. Is if you look at a place that actually has Chinese culture, like Hong Kong or Taiwan, they never use cultural relativism for anything.
No. In fact, if you want to see the proper Chinese culture, you have to go to Taiwan or Hong Kong to see it unmolested.
Yeah, or areas of Singapore and Malaysia.
Yeah, of course.
Miss Soy Sauce, is the Epoch Times behind the YouTube channel China in Focus NTD? They appear to cover real news from China and are anti-CCP. Yes, they are.
I think, they're all tied in, basically.
It's not think, it is. It's the Epoch Times.
Yeah, the Epoch Times. Basically, if you ever get any Chinese language newspaper or news outlet that stands against the CCP, it's usually got some kind of backing by the Falun Gong and other dissidents that have left China. Mm-hmm. It's their only outlet, because we've talked about this many times, but your average Chinese diaspora overseas would not want to try and challenge the CCP because it actually would potentially get their families and their relatives and friends that are still in China into a lot of trouble.
Correct.
So you need to have like a proper driving motivation to do that.
And China in Focus is English, by the way. It's a YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Christina Youngren, thank you very much. The Indian dude. Oh, and by the way, don't let the WHO off the hook.
Oh, yeah.
These were the same people who said masks don't work. The South Korean CDC director called this strange.
Yeah.
South Korea has been very good to other nations in this crisis. And that we actually saw that from the Indian guy who said, thank God for not for China, but for South Korea, who actually made proper donations to India without anything in return.
Yeah, without any strings attached. But also Taiwan has been making proper donations.
Yeah.
Look, we cannot trust China when it comes to anything medical. They've just had another milk powder outbreak.
Yeah, don't spoil it.
Okay, it's coming up. We're going to talk about it. But,
Next podcast,
there is just no way to keep a proper eye. There's no quality control on all these factories around China making medical stuff.
Well, it's because the Chinese government actually there's no accountability.
Yeah.
As long as you're making money and you know the right people, you'll get away with murder.
That's correct.
Risto Man 14. Today's my 21st birthday, so now I can finally give you beer money and join you for a beer. Keep up the good work, fellas.
Thank
Cheers,
you very much.
Didn't have to spend your beer money on us.
I got to tell you though that super appreciate it, man. Super appreciate it.
That means a
sorry
lot.
that we got cut off yesterday because we're going to celebrate.
Let's
right
retroactively.
now. Yeah.
Jeremiah Johnson. What are your favorite beers from Japan? Why is it so expensive there? I swear the big four were just as expensive as craft brews in some parts. Asahi is great. Probs my SB equivalent there. My favorite beers in Japan are definitely some of the smaller ones, but I would say Suntory Premium
the malts. Premium the malts.
They took out the, which disappoints me.
Yeah.
That is the most easy to drink, nice, not watery beer. It's got a lot of flavor, but you can drink a lot of it. I love it.
Absolutely. You know, that's the best part about Japan and Taiwan and stuff is the family marts and the 7-Elevens and the Lawson station. Yeah. You walk in and they've got such a huge amount of choice of really good stuff. They got like highball cocktails that you can buy.
Don't
Strong
forget
Zeros,
our favorite, Strong Zero.
But, you know, when I went to Japan last, I had such a good time because, you know, I just go in and I try all the different things. And the thing about Japan is they've got these seasonal beers.
Yes.
So you'll have like
wonderful
Asahi special edition,
October
like
version,
cherry blossom or autumn version, and all of it's very different. There's just so much choice. But for me, like my mainstay would just be Asahi Super Dry. I'm a big fan. Yeah. But of course, Premium the malts.
The reason I brought that up is because Asahi, if I'm in California here, I can find that everywhere, so it's easy to find.
Sure.
Premium the malts for me, I can only go to the Asian supermarkets to get that. Whereas in Japan, it was everywhere, and I prefer that. It's just not as accessible here.
I prefer it, but like as an everyday.
Yeah, everyday. Asahi's awesome, and I don't like Kirin as much as Asahi.
No, I agree with you there, but I like Kirin too.
I'm very passionate about this.
Yeah.
Last time I was in Japan, I was pushing around my daughter, and I was with Vivi, and I had 2 holsters. One for me and one for Vivi, and we would walk around drinking beer or Strong Zeros, just looking at like hanging out in Tokyo. It was so fun
because you can just drink in public there.
Yeah, and
it's awesome in the big cities.
Here in America, it depends on the county, and most counties ban it.
Honestly, I do think it's down to a cultural thing because you don't. Okay, at nighttime you see drunk Japanese guys passed out, you know, in the alleyways.
Oh, they have a big alcohol problem.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like during the day, you don't see that.
No.
And I have a feeling like if you could just drink here in America on the streets, I mean, you'd probably see people just all over the place.
Maybe.
I mean, look at the drug addicts.
True.
The homeless drug addicts. So imagine if you could just openly drink.
Right. I'd be one of them.
Probably. I mean, yeah. Anyway, it is awesome. It's one of the biggest freeing things ever is to go to places like Taiwan and Japan.
I'm sorry we focus so much on this beer aspect. We haven't had a beer in a week.
Yeah.
So this is cheers again.
Cheers again.
And cheers to you guys.
It's very watery, this Corona.
It is, but we do low carb because we have bad metabolisms. We would be so fat if we drank full calorie beer.
Already are.
Yeah, but can you imagine?
Yeah, it'd be worse.
Robert Adicott, maybe you guys should consider basing yourself in a state with no state income tax like Texas. Houston has a significant Chinese diaspora, and Texas has in-and-out burger locations, plenty of open road. Here's my problem with Texas. I like twisty roads.
Yeah.
I don't like long stretches that go into strip malls. Okay. I know that there's a lot of up and coming cities in Texas that are not only cheaper to live in, but are more like on the up and up. And I have nothing against Texas. I just really think California, to me, is one of the most beautiful places in the entire world. It's gorgeous. Yeah. Right. Yeah. And you can't argue with that.
I will say as well, I actually have driven through Texas.
Me too.
I went to Dallas on my way back, and I went through the Panhandle. Yeah. On the way to the East Coast. I like Texas a lot. I like the attitude there. I like the people there. I went to the Arboretum over there and stuff. It's a very nice place.
It is.
But, if you have a choice between living in Texas and California, if, like me and him, you don't really pay that much attention to politics, it's not like we're going out to rallies or protests or anything. We literally stay at home. We do our work. But on the weekends, we can take our families out to the beach. It's literally a 10-minute drive, 15-minute drive, beautiful palm trees,
Don't let me get into this whole thing about California is this libtard state and all this kind of stuff. Because you know what? It doesn't actually matter. You will find all walks of life in California. Yeah. Rich, poor, doesn't matter. Everyone has different political leanings. I think these people that don't spend time or haven't been to California properly don't understand that you don't have to immerse yourself in either side.
Yeah,
and look, just be normal.
The thing that's real though is it's incredibly expensive to live here.
It is,
it's a huge sacrifice because just the rent that I'm paying now, I could be paying less than half of that for a house, not an apartment. Yeah. And I could be having a backyard and all that kind of stuff. And I'll be honest with you, I really would like that, and I don't know if that'll ever be possible in California. But for now, as long as I can afford it, I love it here.
I hate to say it, but California's our home. It's just too gorgeous, and the weather's fantastic.
Yeah,
all year.
All year round. Drive Corvettes to the roof off and get a sunburn like we
did. Yeah. Case closed. Rich corrupt Chinese sounds like an R-rated version of Crazy Rich Asians. Thank you.
It probably is just Crazy Rich Asians.
Yeah.
I haven't seen that movie yet.
I did. It was terrible. John, you think China dodged a war bullet with the U.S. Rocket landing in Africa instead of New York? Nah, there wouldn't be a war over that.
No, it would be like, listen, get your crap in order.
Together.
Yeah.
J.O. Guerrero. Once again, thank
Isn't
you
it
guys.
Guerrero?
Guerrero.
Isn't it like Joao Guerrero?
Probably.
Okay.
Once again, thank you for reporting factual data. Great job, guys. What's your take on Governor Cuomo calling it the European virus? Looking at you, Matt, the New York native. Any plans to work on old bikes on worthless whips? Although I'm from New York, it doesn't mean I like Cuomo. Does anyone like Cuomo?
I don't even know who Cuomo is.
He's not great. He's not a good governor.
Sounds like coffee creamer.
Yeah, he doesn't have a
Cuomo.
lot of fans.
Yeah.
Did he say that? If he did, then he's an absolute piece of shit.
No, agreed.
He already was though.
Yeah.
Of course. I think we're definitely, as the channel progresses, we're definitely gonna do some bikes. We already got 2 old bikes to work on for the channel.
Yeah, we do.
Not gonna spoil it though.
They are
Very
really
special.
bizarre.
Yes.
Very bizarre.
Very Japanese.
Yeah.
Kevin Cantrell, I am currently working on a site that lists items that are not made in China. That's awesome. And breaks down the internals and rates the product from 1 to 100 in terms of what is inside. That's pretty cool,
That's
Kevin.
great.
Definitely
let us know about it because we'll share it out. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you, Kevin. Magic Man, if the CCP collapses, will China change its flag like how Russia did, or will China create a new flag? Or China will use the Taiwanese flag? No. Taiwanese flag is the Republic of China. It would be a new government. It would definitely have to change its flag. The 5-star emblem is reminiscent of communist countries.
It's basically like each branch of the Communist Party.
Yes, correct.
And, I think the big star is supposed to be Mao Zedong or something.
Well, it's the Communist Party.
Sure.
And then those are supposed to be the
Like
branches.
the branches,
the
the
democratic
military.
part of the Communist Party, the military.
No, I think they made that up afterwards. It's like Mao's like, I want to be the big
Yeah.
star,
I
and
wanna be the big star,
you can be the little one, and I'll put one on there for you too.
Little spoiler alert. Do you know, guys, we have a portrait of Mao in our office.
We do.
We'll show you someday.
We do. It's the one I almost burned in my video, but now it's just it's taking shape. Things are changing.
We add to it. Vono 1919. Thank you. I can't say this word. You know what's sad though? It's actually not a bad word.
Okay.
It's a real English word.
Okay.
Something Mexican says, been binging your old episodes, really fascinated about the milk dog. When are you guys going to address the serious issue of the milk dog in China? It's one of those things, man.
You just have to you have to see a milk dog before you know what a milk dog is.
Yeah, I'll put it to you this way. If you saw a milk dog in real life, you wouldn't talk about it. It's one of those things you kind of internalize.
Yeah.
Like PTSD stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Wonder, thank you for the valuable research and reports. Thank you. Vivian Pang, can you provide any update to the work you did with the Wuhan Institute of Virology? If you have anything, thank you for all your good work. Well, get this question a lot. If you go to my video, I've discovered the source of the coronavirus. I listed every single link that I used to find that. And you can use the Wayback Machine, or you can use archive.org to see the changes, because there's been a lot.
Yeah.
Thank you. Wonder, please research and report the infiltration into fact checkers, Facebook, YouTube, and our political system. It's kind of what we do a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, keep doing it.
Sure.
Case closed 93. A lot of Asian American celebs have been whining about racism and Trump, but ignoring CCP and Xi. Is this due to Tencent's infiltration of Hollywood? I wouldn't say Tencent. I would say the backlash that they would face in the Chinese market.
Yeah, you have to understand this massive market, which, by the way, the Hollywood people are learning the hard way, that it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to make money, because there's so much corruption that what they'll do is they'll sell tickets for a Hollywood blockbuster, but actually send the money to a Chinese production. And on the ticket, what they'll do, and this has happened to me. I once went to go and see some other movie. They gave me a ticket which had like a Chinese movie's name that they had released. They crossed it out with pen, and they wrote like Transporter 3 or whatever it was on there. And I was like, what's going on here? And that's what they do in order to fix the box office. So the money goes to the Chinese producers, and also then the investors that have invested in the Chinese film see these massive box office numbers, and they're like,
wow, we're doing great. Meanwhile, no one went to go see it.
Yeah, but that's the whole thing about that is Hollywood has to pander to China if they want to get into the market, because China only allows a certain amount of Hollywood movies a year.
Correct.
And if you have anything, even one little thing that China thinks makes China look bad, they won't allow that movie into China.
And that bothers me, because it's for our market as well, right? So we have to watch censored material that panders to the Chinese market. That's bullshit. That should be stopped. It's up to corporations to deal with that, but I feel like we should decouple from the entertainment industry from China.
I mean, this
Absolutely.
has been going on forever. And
Yeah.
when Pirates of the Caribbean 3 or whatever came out, I went to go see it in the cinema in China. This is a long time ago, so they were still accepting a lot. Like, Pirates of the Caribbean was very popular in China. Number 3 comes out, it's got Chow Yun-fat in it, and he's supposed to be like a Chinese pirate or whatever. And because they thought a Chinese pirate makes China look bad, they cut out all his scenes.
Yeah. They
So
did that with Star Wars.
yeah, it's so weird. You see Chow Yun-fat for like a minute
And
in
then
the
it's
whole
not
movie,
there anymore.
and he was like, "I'm a pirate captain or something," and then that's all you ever see. You're like, "Where did he go? What happened to him?"
See, I don't give a shit about that. My problem is not them censoring for China. It's the final product that comes out even in the West that
Yes.
they've changed.
It's like
Top Gun and
Transformers
stuff
has
are-
got like
yeah.
Mungyo or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah.
like adverts
Get
in
the
it.
hell out of here.
Yeah.
Sick Lid says Surviving Africa. Just subscribe. That's his dad's channel.
Oh, excellent. Thank you.
Leord Nix, are you guys going to make other places videos in other places like India
Yes.
and Russia, like you mentioned?
As soon as we can, when this
we can't go anywhere right now.
Wuhan's CCP flu virus coronavirus thing goes away. Yeah.
Yes, Speeder, China's North Korea with Gucci. Straight up.
Yeah, totally.
Shrewd, would you guys ever do a road trip around Australia?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
It's on the cards.
sure.
Yeah.
Edward Barry, have you guys looked into Daniel Anderson, the Facebook virus fact checker work with COVID-19 as test kits? Thank you for your friends as always. No.
No, we'll take a look.
Kane Ra, great idea. Send whatever findings you get to law enforcement, and then we can laugh about it here on your channel. I've had my fill of warm beer in Liaoning. Best time to drink up here in the
He's
winter.
probably talking about that idea
Yeah.
of going to seal the notice
Expose
boards.
stuff,
yeah.
yeah.
I'm so tired of it. You know,
Right.
I mean, if I went in China and I wrote a notice in English and I put it up on the notice boards, they won't allow you. But if I put up and I said how to cheat your employer out of money,
Right.
or like how to cheat the Chinese tax system, it's up there. I mean, I would expect some shit for that, right?
Of course.
But
or
they do it here.
Organization to protest for pro-democracy.
Yeah, exactly. I see that here, and it really makes me angry
Right.
because they just think it's some nice Tai Chi or something, you know.
Right.
They don't really know what's going
Can't
on.
read it.
Yeah.
Ivan, thanks. Winston and Sea Milk, you guys are fair, honest, and logical. I've experienced China firsthand, and back home in Africa, everything they say is 100% true. Keep it up. Keep up the great work, guys. Thank you very much from
It's
South
Ivan.
Africa.
Yeah, hey, Ivan, it's nice to hear from you again. I actually know him personally.
Oh,
Yeah.
great.
I got so drunk at his place one night,
Nice.
and we drank, I think I drank almost a whole bottle of Bacardi by myself, and I was really young at the time. And I just remember the room spinning, and we were having like a little LAN, playing like Need for Speed 1.
Okay.
And I got up and I started to run to the bathroom, and I like projectile vomited on the door, and it deflected onto the floor, and I slipped on my own puke and like barrel rolled into the bath.
I wish we had a video of that.
I'm glad we don't.
I think we've
Thanks,
all,
Ivan.
We've all been there. Stu Sasser, thank you. Lucinia, CCP is scary. Thank you for speaking up. Thank you. Vince Horrigan, do you guys think if Western powers pulled together, they could bring down the CCP without firing a shot?
Yes.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, you
That's
need
the
cooperation.
thing. Like right now, you might get a country that takes a hard line. Let's just say like America, like, okay,
Or
we're going to
Czech
put
Republic or something,
tariffs, or maybe Australia now
Right.
starting a little bit.
Right.
But then you get every other country undermining them by saying, oh, well, it's okay, China. If they don't want to deal with you, we will. And then
yeah.
they just undermine the whole like
Right.
hard man stance. So
Correct.
yes, if all the Western powers got together and just said, listen, China, we're not going to deal with your shit anymore. We like you.
Sort your shit out.
We like you, but we want you to just play fair.
Right.
Otherwise, you don't get to, have access
Trade
to
with
our
us.
markets and stuff.
Right.
Then maybe things will work out.
I totally agree. William Warwag, thank you. Dion Chapman, Australia found 44% failure rate for antibody test. Sucks.
Yeah.
Logic, reason, evidence. I love all your videos on China and Japan. It's a beautiful country, and I hope the Chinese will be able to crawl from the under the heel of the CCP one day.
I think
Agreed.
we all do.
We all do.
I don't know if you guys have got the chance, but I've just released a video. It's only 5 or 6 minutes long on my channel. It's like, is China our enemy?
It's pretty good. I liked it.
Yeah, thanks. Please go take a look. Once you're done with this, it's real quick.
If you exchanged S2B original, if you exchanged dialogue with a 50 center online, would this put you on the CCP radar and therefore exclude you from entry to Hong Kong? No. I mean,
Hong Kong still kind of has basic law.
Not only that, like Wumao or a dime a dozen.
Yeah,
They don't reply.
You
to
would have to. You would have to be some kind of a very high-profile
Yeah.
pro-democracy advocate or something
Right.
to get barred.
Correct. Sam M, thank you. Do you think the U.S. can pressure China to stop wet markets? No.
Nope.
I mean, there's absolutely the WHO doesn't even give a shit. So.
Nope.
Kane Ra, have
Sorry,
you seen
I'm pounding
the
these
plaques?
a bit. Yeah.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
Have you seen I already finished it. Have you seen the plaques of the commandments hanging on the wall inside the Chinese jail detention centers? I'm wondering what it's called and what's written. My reading and writing is next to nothing. I'm assuming it's probably the 12 core socialist values.
Core socialist values.
They say things like democracy,
which doesn't make
freedom,
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Nationalism.
Xi Jinping thought. It's probably Xi Jinping thought.
It could be that as well.
Yeah.
M. Sexton, do you see China invading Taiwan? No. We actually talked about this.
Yeah, we did. Right at the end of our stream, you can actually go look.
My emergency preparedness. I was in Africa visiting family when you warned me about the flu. I was able to buy my family months worth of food without y'all. They'd be hungry.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I love to hear that.
Yeah, you know what? It's really bad in South Africa. They basically put everyone on lockdown, but like serious. It's not like here where you can still go drive around and
It's
stuff.
against the law.
Yeah, you need to have like a permit to go
Right.
drive somewhere in South Africa.
Welcome to communism.
Yeah, it's really bad. Yeah, and they banned for some stupid reason the sale of alcohol and cigarettes.
Tobacco, yeah.
Okay, well that's a great thing to do. So now everyone's just going apeshit because they're all stuck at home. They can't drink. So things are getting out of hand.
Well, we've seen how the townships work. Is anyone even following the protocol to stay in lockdown?
No. But they're sending the army out and
Are
stuff.
they?
And
Wow.
you know what? Like I even said this, I think previously. South Africa is the only country where the COVID-19 disease has actually caused less deaths because there are less murders, because less people are out there. So actually, because everyone's at home.
It's a net win.
Yeah, it's a win for South Africa. But people are like making their own homemade booze now.
Yeah,
My
yeah.
parents are like trying to make their own homemade wine, and it's ridiculous. So a couple of people that I warned my parents and everyone, quite a few of them actually stocked up on things like booze and
good.
stuff, and that's necessary because right now in South Africa, to go to the store to buy stuff is a huge mission, and a lot of
Sure.
people can't do it. So that's an actual situation where you really, really need to be stocked up.
Right,
You can't like order DoorDash or something.
No.
So yeah.
Well, to be fair, though, we got a lot of rural Americans that can't do that either.
Yeah,
And they
yeah.
were thanking us as well. We
It's
appreciate
fantastic.
that.
I'm just happy that some people listen to us and
Yeah.
prepared like we did when we did. 'Cause-
like literally 5 months ago.
Yeah.
Or something ridiculous.
yeah, I think it was at the end of January we went out.
Yeah, mid January. Maybe.
Yeah, everyone was.
We knew it was gonna be
making
bad.
fun of us and
Yeah.
stuff. But yeah,
Even my mom.
Yeah.
Comrade General, despite CCP threats, Australia recently supported Taiwan's inclusion into the WHO and got their beef and grain banned for their troubles. #buy Aussie. Agreed.
yeah. Buy Aussie, Australian beef, everyone. It's fantastic.
Correct.
It's
And-
really good.
Yeah, buy your own domestic country stuff.
Yeah, and Australian beef.
And Australian beef's good. So is American beef, bro. Don't even mess.
Yeah, it's a different kind of beef though. You know,
Whatever, bro.
it is. I like them both. I love them.
They're both delicious.
Here in America, it's like massive ass, steer burger. Like remember that crap we ate in Tucson?
That's
That,
not
like,
a good steak.
That was, dude. It was like mesquite.
That was
smoked.
not a good steak.
It was like this thick.
The wonderful thing about that was the experience.
Yeah.
It was not the best beef quality.
I got my tie cut off.
There you go.
Yeah.
Take it up.
But that was literally this thick.
It was.
Yeah, I don't
you
think.
can get
yeah.
very good steak here. You
Yeah,
joking me?
Yeah, Morton's the Steakhouse.
That's amazing.
That was amazing. Yeah.
Best steak I've ever had.
Yeah, me too. Hands down.
Hands down.
Yeah.
Morton's the
steakhouse.
Just like premium
The malts. Yeah, got to bring that back.
Yes. William Warreg, thank you. Kane Ra, thank you. New CCP virus hotspot in China is East Liaoning. Shenyang seems to have a surge. Saw that today. Jilin and Fushun. Maybe also Dalian for those who would like an update. Thank you very much.
Appreciate that.
You guys look into that.
Yeah.
Kane Ra also says India next up for UN chairman. They might support Taiwan. That would be awesome.
That would be great. That would be great.
We need that. DTH Rocket. Sorry for complaining about your previous shift. Okay. No worries. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Thanks for sharing beers with us.
Yeah. And once
apologies.
again, next week things will be back to normal.
Yeah, if YouTube doesn't take a shit.
If you, for some reason, missed this, because it's going to be unlisted, but it will be shared in our community. We'll probably share it on ADV China as well.
Okay.
I think. Just
sure. Yeah, might as well.
whatever. We'll mention it in the next podcast so that you can go and take a look if you missed.
Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
And we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Stay awesome. Have a great weekend and stay safe.
You too.
Yeah. Okay. You stay safe. I know you'll stay safe.